Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning Global Truth Center, which is alive and fresh. And I'm so happy that each of you are here. My name is Dr. Eric Overholtzer. I'll be the minister for today. Thank you very much. And to get us started on this beautiful day, Sunny and Carol, please.
So beautiful. Look at these beautiful people.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day. Sunny, I'm gonna drive my car to the sea. Swim out far, 'cause I believe that the waves will wash the gray away. It's gonna be a beautiful day. It is, y'all. Come on. Let me hear you say, sing along with me, I know you know it. Oh, oh, that's right, my mind. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget we're alive. Yeah.
So alive, body, mind, spirit.
I'm gonna climb that hill behind my house.
All the way
I'm
up.
gonna look out far, see what it's all about. 'Cause from above it all, you can't help but say, I'm making a beautiful day.
It's up to you, yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful day. Come on, you guys.
Yeah.
Let me hear you say, let me hear you say it. Oh, oh, my, that's right. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget we're alive. Our hearts are pumping, so turn to your neighbor and say, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
to see you.
Good morning, Cal.
Hope you're having a beautiful day.
Good morning, Virginia. Good morning, Carol.
Gonna turn my enemies
I don't have
into
any.
friends.
They're all my
What's
friends.
broken gets stronger when it mends.
Yes.
And when we all come together, this song will play. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I can feel it in my gut. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Come on, you guys. Oh, oh, my, that's right, I see you over there. I'm learning to fly. Hey, hey, what's that you say? Let's not forget we're alive. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Let me hear you say it. Yeah. It's gonna be a beautiful day. That's right, I see you back there. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Come on, let's make this a beautiful
Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Sunny. I love the fact that every day I wake up is a new day. And it always has the option to make it, to see it for the beautiful day that it is. And with that, I just want to acknowledge Liza, Dr. Liza last week. That was a remarkable, remarkable day. Her service, there was an energy, there was a vivaciousness, there was a dynamic nature, a quinceañera. And I had to stand in the mirror all week and think, I need to follow that. So I know this is not a competition, but quantum piñatas, tacos. So I really had to look in the mirror, and really, Eric, you do you. This will be your service in the way that you will do it. So I'm delighted that you are all here. I'm glad that you're all here to celebrate my bris. No competition in God. As I said, my name is Reverend Dr. Lord Eric Overholtzer. And I really am delighted that you joined us today. We come together each and every week, either online or in this room, ultimately to remember who we are. Is there anyone here for the very first time? Welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for bringing your consciousness to us. Dr. James usually would have you stand up and embarrass. Oh, stand up, perfect. As long as you're standing up, tell us your name. Samantha. Welcome, Samantha. Kirby has a gift for you. It's one of Dr. James's Mental Muscles, the first edition, brilliant book. And he'll be back here next week. And we've got another first-timer here. Good morning, welcome. I'm sorry? Joyce. Thank you, Joyce, for joining us. And Kirby has a book for you. So the question, might as well play the game. So, in the spirit of a bris. So we come together each and every week to do one thing and do one thing only. What is that? To drink coffee, yes. And to remember who we are. But ultimately, in all the different individual ways of saying that right where I am, God is. So God, greatness on demand, that universal intelligence, a loving pulse, creative nature is present as me, through me, right here, right now, and with Stephen, and with Delaney, and each and every one of us. So that's why I come back to remember that. Our vision statement, which helps me anchor it in, is to love only. I loved how Dr. Liza last week was talking about, love as a frequency. It's an energy, a dynamic pulse. Sometimes that love is a very high vibrational pulse. It's peace, it's joy, it's bliss. And sometimes that love resonates a little more dense, a little deeper. That still is love. But the secret for me and the opportunity is, regardless of what's happening in the world, whatever I may be seeing out there, can I see it as an expression of love? Next part is forgive everything. Forgive everything. If everything is energy, just like love, if forgiveness is an energy, it's a givingness. Forgive. I'm giving away and releasing what needs to be released in the spirit of forgiveness. But that's an energetic shift, which is almost like the law of reciprocity. As I forgive someone else, it's giving me the peace and the liberation and the freedom that I'm looking for. And finally, remember who you are. And that's really a paramount one. That's really the key to this mission statement. Do I remember who I am? Because if I can remember who I am, and it's not a 55-year-old man with blonde hair, it's the divinity of man. It's the fullness of the universe, a creative energy pulsing, moving through every cell of my body, expanding out with every word, every breath. Can I remember who I am? Because when I can remember who I am from that perspective, it makes it much easier to be giving in my forgiveness, knowing that I receive of freedom and liberation that ultimately brings me back to a higher level of frequency of love. So that's our vision statement. what I'd love to do now is invite Delaney, Carol, and Mindy, not Mindy, I'm sorry, Sunny, back up. And they're going to actually anchor us in to this sort of sacred space. So in the spirit of remember who you are, I invite you to take a deep breath, breathe in, hold at the top. Can you feel the pulse of the universe? And exhale. One more breath. Breathing in. And exhale.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, 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 I will share. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, so secret, so precious, this love.
And a pulse and a sanctuary within my mind, within my heart. There's a peace and a love and a reverence where the pulse of the universe beats. It beats in perfect harmony with my heart, with the breath that I breathe, as I remember to love only, at whatever level of love that I resonate with, to forgive everything, knowing that that givingness is a gift of liberation back to me. That secret that I know who I am. And through my breath, through the pulse of my beat, I remember who I am. So sacred, so secret. But it no longer needs to be a secret. This is who and what I am. It's who and what each and every one of us is, the pulse of the universe. And so it is.
So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, so sacred, secret, so precious, this love I will share, 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 I will share this love, so sacred, so sacred, so secret, so secret, so precious, so precious, this love, this love, this love, this love, this love, this love.
And take a deep breath, hold it in, feel the pulse of your heart. And when you're ready, release that breath into the fullness of life. Thank you, ladies. That was beautiful. So I brought a poem to get us started this morning, kind of jokingly in the theme of how do I follow the quinceañera, looking in the mirror. But it really goes back to remember who you are. So this is a poem that was written in the early 30s by Dale Wimbrow. When you get what you want in your struggle for pelf. I had to look up pelf. What is pelf? Pelf is earning money in sort of not the most honorable way. When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, then go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that guy has to say. For it isn't your father or your mother or wife who judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts the most in your life is the guy looking back in the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest. For he's with you clear to the end, and you've passed your most dangerous, difficult test if the guy in the mirror is your friend. You may be like Jack Horner and chisel a plum and think you're a wonderful guy. But the man in the glass says, you're only a bum if you can't look him straight in the eye. You can fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be the heartaches and tears if you've cheated the guy in the glass. Remember who you are. You know, this is a teaching. Pauline had a beautiful meditation this morning. It's mind and action. You know, so a lot of today's service will be, who's in that mirror? Can I look at myself straight on and what do I see? And then from there, what action am I taking in my life? Speaking of mirrors, it's as if I'm looking at like 20,000 of them right now. As I bring up someone in her birthday suit, I'd like to welcome Genevieve Joy, our inspiration today. Wow, a quinceañera, a bris, and a birthday. Yeah. Birthday cake downstairs?
That's a lot.
Lumpy porridge?
Cupcakes?
Oh.
Yeah, kind of.
So what do you got?
Right.
Well, first of all, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Robbie, do you
Thank
mind?
you.
But let's keep the pace up.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Genevieve. Happy birthday to you.
thank you, Robbie, for that. With all the other big life moments, I didn't want to feel like a death march. So.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was good. It often does sound like a funeral song or something,
exactly.
right? Yeah. So, okay, now I'm all that poem. I'm all like, and I want. It's like totally in alignment with what I was gonna say.
Oh, good.
So
Perfect.
that's good. It all
And
works
this
out.
is like looking at a bunch of mirrors.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Very
I know.
sparkly.
So this month is Focus.
Focus.
Right? And I've been on this kind of like weird Neville Goddard kick. You ever go on those?
Love
down
him.
that rabbit hole? Yeah, it's fun. But the best part is, do you ever listen to the lectures?
Some of them.
Like on YouTube? Right? His voice is so fun because he's so serious. He's like, the key to life is to focus your energy. Like, oh, I'll read the quote. Right? But I'm going to do it in his voice because it's funnier that way. The great secret of success is to focus your attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled without permitting any distraction. I'm gonna get rid of this now. Okay, so
is it the message or the voice?
it's all of it.
Okay.
But the voice really lands the message for me because it's just kind of, I don't know, I'm into it. I like it. So here's the thing, right? It's what you were saying. It's not about the things that come your way, the things you think you want, the wish fulfilled in itself. If you're king for a day, if you're not a king in yourself, it doesn't mean anything, right? So it's the feeling that he leans so much on the feeling of what it is to be the person who whatever it is that you want. Not necessarily like people who win the lottery, right? And then we all hear those stories. Somebody wins the lottery, it's gone within 6 months.
Right.
Because they don't have the consciousness of a person who has wealth. So they get the money and they can't hold on to it because it's not who they are, right?
Right.
So if it's who you are, you can sustain it and you can make it meaningful and it can actually mean something to you. But if it's not who you are, it doesn't matter what happens. You won't keep it. You won't be able to do it. It won't work, right? So I've been like really focusing on this. And I had a thing.
Yeah.
I had a thing happen.
A thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the problem. It says without permitting distraction, which is like, that's really a tall order. You know, like you can try to do it, but the distraction. So yesterday, I get a text message and it said, your flowers have arrived. And I'm like, oh, cool. I mean, it's not my birthday yet, but whatevs. And then I look at the image. They sent a picture of my flowers and it was not my door. It was like a house I didn't recognize. So I text the guy back. I'm like, that's not my house. And they're like, well, that's the address we had. I'm like, right, but well, maybe you have the wrong person. And they're like, no, it says Genevieve. I'm like, okay, well, you got to bring it to my house. And they're like, nope, sorry, moved on. So I'm like,
Focus.
What?
Focus.
Focus. Well, first I panicked because distraction happened.
Right.
I messed up the part of it. And I'm like, who would send me flowers on the wrong day to the wrong house? And I'm like, it's either my dad or my sister. So I call my dad. I'm like, did you send me flowers? He's like, for what? I'm like, not you. All right. So I call my sister, and she's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, Caitlin, I haven't lived at that address for 10 years. And she's like, oops, could you handle it? I'm on a plane. I'm like, okay. So I text the person. I'm like, can you tell me the name of the florist at least? So I called, and I'm like, I'm in this state, and I'm like, this day's ruined. Everything's wrong. And then I went, wait, that's impossible because I am a person who things only go right for. And I got into that. Before I called the florist, I actually stopped the car, and I said, feel that. Don't just say it. But what does it feel like to be a person who everything goes right for? Well, this is going to be an easy phone call. I'm not going to scream. I'm not, and I called the force and I said, there's been a mistake. And this woman goes, oh, no problem. We'll replace them. And whoever lives at Marathon Street will just get a nice surprise. And then I was like, I can make this work even better. Because in the Neville thing, he goes, when things look like they're going wrong, they're being rearranged for your highest good. So I took a little drive by Marathon Street. Now I have 2 giant bouquets, so that's the moral. So it's not a very profound thing that happened, but You know, they were really nice. And it's good I went because the replacement they sent was a little smaller than the original.
There you go.
But focus, you know, like,
Focus.
and it was a choice to refocus not just on what I want, but on who I am and who I see myself as. And that's I think that's the difference of, like, you get what you want or you really get what you want, right?
Because there are a lot of distractions in life.
There's a lot of distractions in life,
Yeah.
but the good news is that every moment is a new unit in time, right? So
It's like a new day.
yeah. So you can always, you know, make another face in the mirror,
There you go. Perfect.
right?
And the one thing that I do love when I used to listen to Neville Goddard, I love the concept of where he talks about focus and eliminating the distraction. So one of the practices that he would encourage is right when you're going to bed. Like, that's when you really do your mental work, the vision of, I know who I am. The life that I see myself, that I can feel and create, play it as if it's a movie in my mind. So the last things that my conscious mind is paying attention to is this vision of what I want and what I know my life to be. So then when you're asleep for 6 to 8 hours, that's the last thing that's been imprinted. And so your subconscious mind will just continue to do the work to make that happen because it just says yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we
So
got
if
to
you're
get
turning
the
off-
distractions away.
Yeah. If you turn off the conscious part, it's going to go. It's still going to go. So
Right.
you want to make sure you're
Yeah.
directing it where you want it to
Reprogramming it.
go during all those. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right.
Thank you. Do you want to share the affirmation?
Yes.
And you can do it however you'd like.
Okay, I'm going to read it, and then we can all read it together.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Neville Goddard voice?
Yeah. I'll use my own
Okay.
this time. I keep my mind focused on my highest good. Yeah. We say that together?
Okay. I keep my mind focused on my highest good. Okay, I hate to say it, but I'm feeling like Dr. James right now. I feel like you need to stand up.
Yeah.
We need to energize it. Highest good.
Yeah.
We get to focus our minds for our highest good. Yeah, so one more time.
I keep my mind
Focused
focused on my highest good.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Genevieve. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And now, it brings me great joy to continue the mirror theme. And I've watched this young lady grow up from a teen to the young lady that she is now. And I'm delighted for her to be singing for us, Man in the Mirror. Delaney Farrell.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. felt alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. You gotta get it right while you got the time, 'cause when you lose your heart, you close your mind. Oh, change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Oh, na 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 na.
Thank you. It was okay.
You were brilliant. Look, wait, look in the mirror. You're brilliant. Thank you, Delaney. I have some notes because that song, there's a lot packed into it. I was a little nervous because, and I actually talked to Delaney. I said, because I know this song, written by Michael Jackson, and in all reality, I'm like, there was a cancel culture. I didn't know if it would be appropriate to play his song because of aspects of his life or alleged aspects of his life. But what I had to really look at is like, as an artist, there's a place where true art stands alone, the presence of beauty in art. And to me, this is a beautiful metaphysical piece of art. So some of the general themes in this: self-reflection. We've already talked about that a little bit. Look at yourself and really think about what you can change, which brings personal responsibility, personal accountability. It's up to you, it's up to me to start making a difference, taking action. I may see one thing, I may think one thing, and that's really powerful in science of mind, and we know the power of the mind being creative, but am I taking action? Change and transformation. You have the power to change yourself and subsequently the world around you. Another thing, compassion and selflessness. Care about others and act with kindness. Now I know that's kind of preaching to the choir with this group. This is such a loving community, so committed to families and to their loved ones. But I'm talking about the world at large. And finally, hope and empowerment. Believe you can make a positive impact and start with actions. So some of the lyrics, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Like I said, self-reflection, personal responsibility. I'm asking him to change his ways. Taking control of, I'm in control. I'm at volition. Conscious mind, trained thought is more powerful than untrained thought. So once I really look at what is, am I willing to take personal responsibility to make the change? If If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Personal change is necessary for global change. And when I look at the globe, when I look at the world right now, there's a lot of transformation. There's a lot of change going on. I need to look in the mirror. Am I happy with the direction of the change that's happening? If I'm not satisfied, if I'm not in alignment, if I'm not congruent with that, then I need to do my mental work. I need to do my conscious work. I need to shift something within me. Because when I shift something within me, it ripples out into the world. No message has ever been clearer. The message is clear and direct. Personal transformation is crucial to external change. With a washed out dream, they follow the pattern of the wind, you see. I think a lot of the time we just live unconsciously. When we're not consciously and actively engaged with the power of our minds, it's really easy through the distractions to be distracted and then suddenly carelessly floating around with everyone else. A willow scarred, someone's broken heart. Collective consciousness, there is collective struggle out there, but that also creates the opportunity that there's a place for collective healing, of transformation, of the interconnectedness of community. So as I heal myself, I'm healing my community. So that's a song. So really about looking in the mirror. And if everything is a reflection of myself, then the world, what I'm seeing in the Middle East, what I'm seeing politically, what I'm seeing economically, it's outside of there. But is that a reflection of me? Sometimes I think it is. Let's see. And sometimes there are lots of different reflections. I remember when I was young going to the carnivals. You know, it's like everything was fun. It was exciting. But then now I'm realizing that there are times where the thoughts in my mind are a little chaotic. Sometimes they get me into trouble. If I'm not thinking the highest level, the highest proportions, the highest frequency, I get trapped, as Genevieve was talking about, through the distractions. How do I get out of here? How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. It's like doing the work of, there is an exit. I am in here, but I'm not trapped. We're never trapped. We just need to take control and train our minds. So Ernest Holmes says, life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. What's the quality of the mirror that you're looking at? What's the angle of it? Similar to that other one, you know, at the carnival, oh, this makes me fat. I wake up, I'm like, oh, I feel really old. I feel less vibrant. There's some distortions, some distorted thinking, distorted reflections, depending on not only what we're looking at, but from the angle that we're looking at it. Am I remembering who I am, or am I just randomly looking at it? I am that I am. I am that I am. It's a formula that works perfectly each and every time. When I'm clear and I'm focused, I am safe. I am. I am loving. I am. I am prosperous. I am. And if I'm a little wobbly, I'm insecure. I am. You know, it's a formula, you know, our mind and our words and the mental currency cast spells. And the subconscious mind responds and just says yes. So the question to keep looking, when I look in the mirror, do I see myself as a king, or am I seeing some of the other things? Am I seeing someone who isn't dynamic enough to follow a quinceañera? I had to sit with that one. I even talked to Liza about that the other day. It was a reality. I had to do my work and realize, no, I'm not going to wear polka dots and little stripy pants. But I had to shift in terms of getting a clear perspective of who I am. Oops. So this is me in front of a Anish Kapoor piece of art. Anish Kapoor is an Indian artist. And this is a phenomenal, it's like 65 inches around. And it's a bunch of faceted glass mirrors, and it's concave. And so depending on where you stand, you see an entire myriad of reflections of yourself. Some of them are, of the big smiles. Some of it's just the gray hair. Some of it's the glasses. And the funny thing is, when you stand in front of it, it's a optical experience, but it's also a sensory thing. As you're walking up to it, it creates a sound vortex. Like there's a transformation. If I'm walking back here and then all of a sudden I get to about 6 feet in front of it, all of a sudden it's like the voice of God. I remember who I am. So I guess the question is, there are myriad different expressions of who I am, a myriad different reflections. Which reflection am I looking for? The title of my talk is, oh wait, that's not it. No, that's not it. The title of my talk. Focus on what matters. This is called anamorphic art. And what the concept is, you have an image, but it's presented in a way that is a distorted illusion. And it remains a distorted illusion until you find your perfect viewpoint. It's all about the perspective. What perspective point are we keeping? Are you looking at your life? Are you looking at the world from the perspective of remembering who I am, remembering who they are at the highest level? Or am I just seeing a distorted perspective? Because the truth of the matter is, when I stand in that perfect viewpoint, everyone and everything, including myself, is the center of the universe. So focus on what matters. Genevieve was talking about focus. A trained mind is more powerful than, or trained thought is more powerful than untrained thought. Trained mind is more powerful than untrained mind. Thank you. So what are we focusing on? What are some of the different ways that we're focusing? Which ways are we being distracted? And then focusing on, what matters? So what matters to you out in the world or in your personal lives? What are some of the things that matter to you? Love, peace, kindness, tranquility, fun, thoughtfulness. Beautiful. So focus on what matters. As a religious scientist, as someone in this philosophy, I also like to shift around what the operative word is, the what. So we know what focus is, we know what matters to us, but what's the what? We're the creative source. We're the cause. We're the man in the mirror. When I shift what I'm looking at, the matter changes. What I create in my mind, I'm the what that creates the matter that I'm going to see and experience. The moment that I shift the perception, the moment that I shift the viewpoint, the world will change. Oops, that's not the right one. Oh, I didn't send the correct slide. Well, anyways, I'll go to my notes here. The first page of the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes said, "We look forward to the day where religion and science will walk hand in hand from the visible to the invisible." I'm here to say that that day has arrived. And why not? It's probably been here for quite some time. It shows up on Sunday service as a quantum pinata. Dr. James, and really moving into advanced consciousness, a whole different vocabulary and dialogue of what the science of mind, this philosophy that we've been living with, is about. So looking at focus from the Ernest Holmes perspective, in the Science of Mind textbook, he says, to concentrate means to bring a center. And in mental science, it means focusing the mental attention on some definite and desired thought, image, idea, or thing. And he goes on to say, of course, we are dealing with ideas as though thoughts were things. We've all heard that. Thoughts are things. The spirit of the thing is in the thought. This is its essence, the law of cause. So from a science of mind perspective, focus, mind as a creative force, selective thinking, and alignment with universal laws. I can choose the choices, I can choose the perspectives that I want to see. I can see the good in the world. I can have the practices to creatively shift my perception of the universe. And then I can take action and live that experience. So that's from the Ernest Holmes perspective. And then just throwing in the difference from the quantum perspective, because Dr. James and a lot of people talking now about the quantum perspective. So quantum metaphysics, the observer effect, focusing in, observing something changes it, focusing on what matters could alter reality to align with those priorities. And there's a concept of wave function collapse. So things exist in possibilities until observed. Entanglement. Unlinked particles affect each other instantly. Focus on important things can influence and be influenced by distant entities. They're all talking about the exact same things. Quantum physics is talking about the physical, the particles, the subatomic aspects of how things manifest. Ernest Holmes talking about the mental, the spiritual philosophy, the spiritual psychology of how our creative minds will create what we want. They're speaking the same thing. It's not that different from the ancient Vedics, and ancient philosophies and traditions. There is a truth and there's a wisdom that has always been known. So as the man in the mirror, what change do you want to see in the world? Make the change and stay conscious and stay awake. Don't just allow and follow yourself like the pattern of the wind. Be the change. In the end, what matters is you. The way we choose to see the world creates the world we see. I see beauty. I see safety. I see abundance. I see prosperity. I see vitality. I see a perfection that works for each and every person. Namaste. Thank you. Oh, I guess I'm back up here still. And so now, it's a great pleasure to welcome up the lovely ladies. And this is our time of giving. So this is an important time. Bye, Jason. Thanks for coming. We'll see you later. He has to leave early. He has a rehearsal to go to. So the giving time, similar to forgive everything. The more I give, the more I receive. You know, this center relies on the contributions and the generosity of this congregation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It's keeping us active and alive. And with that, I know I am so grateful.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful.
So, in this perfect energy of gratitude, of love, of warmth, of community, I'm going to take this time to acknowledge that there is only one thing going on all the time, and that is life, that is energy, that is vitality, that is potential, that is focused energy, moving toward everything that is perfect, that is amazing, that is growth. That I know that these donations are full of that vitality and that intention, and that all of this money and all of these warm thoughts and feelings and all of this love that goes forth, that's been brought into this sacred space, is moving forward with all of the power and all of the energy and all of the love that's in it, moving forward to create amazing things to enhance everyone's experience in this room and beyond. And I am so grateful to know that this is true, to be in this space sharing all of this amazing warmth and feeling. And I release this word knowing that it is done, and so it is.
Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Good morning. It's Sunday, March 23rd, and here are your GTC announcements. Coming up in the calendar, Soul Immersion, our popular sound bath experience, is on hiatus this coming Friday, as many of us will be at the spring retreat in Malibu. Soul Immersion will return on Friday, April 11th. Save the date of Monday, April 7th. That's the beginning of our next Consciousness Studies class, Quantum Habits, with Dr. Lori Savage. This is an accredited class in our Consciousness Studies Year 1 series. You can find out all about Dr. Lori's class and sign up now right on our website. You'll find the link on the calendar page. Finally, there are just a few spots left for the New Thought Seder hosted in Palm Springs by Al and Marcy Welland. This Divine Dining event takes place on Friday, April 18th. You can get your ticket, subject to availability, using the link on our calendar page. You can always find out what's going on and make a donation using the QR codes you'll find in the back of our monthly theme cards. Use the camera on your smartphone and you'll go right to the calendar and donation pages on our website. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. And do we have kids are on their way? So, perfect. So thank you very much. How many people here are going to the retreat this coming week? Wonderful. Yeah, so it's at the Sarah Retreat Center in Malibu. Really looking forward to doing it. Are they coming up? Or are we going to?
Coming up, and we do have the practitioners today.
Perfect timing. Consciousness on Demand. We have Dr. Karen and Dr. Stephen Brabant. So if anything came up that in today's service or just in your life, and when you look in the mirror and you maybe need a clearer perspective, these are two brilliant minds to help bring the focus in. Karen, where will you be? Meditation room. And Stephen, you will be downstairs. So take advantage of their minds, their hearts, and thank you very much. Okay, kids, come on up. Wow. Hey, guys. You had a full room today.
Well, we had some friends visiting us today, so we did have a full house. I just will tell a quick, brief intro to what I did today. So last summer, I went to an event, a 2-day event, and met a 95-year-old Native American medicine man. He is one of 6 in the world that still speaks the Wasco language, which was so beautiful. And we talked for hours, and it was really, really special. He had, his grandfather had a bear that he raised. And he was also a medicine man, and he lived on the Columbia River in a little tiny cabin and with very few possessions. And this is the story of that. And so I read that to the kids today. And then we talked about different aspects of that, especially like having no possessions was a really interesting thing that came up. And
fascinating. I was actually at a retreat earlier this fall, and there's a gentleman who spoke who raised a wolf and had a wolf in his home for 10, 12 years. So I'd love to, I may borrow this book.
Yes, and his grandfather lived to be 116.
Wow.
And it's just so beautiful how they interacted with nature and the respect that they had. They called birds sky people, and it was just so amazing spending time with him, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, so that's what we did today. And then Connie came and they played flinch.
We had a lot of wiggles. There was a lot of energy today. So to get some of that going and get it moving, we went outside and played a game that we like. It's called Flinch, where we're learning how to take things as they come to us. So we stand in a circle, and a ball is either thrown or fake thrown. And if you flinch, you have to sit down. If the ball gets thrown to you and you don't catch it, you have to sit down. If the ball is thrown to you and you catch it, you're now the person that gets to throw the ball or cause a flinch. And if you're the last one standing, you're the one that figured out that you could just take things as they come.
Nice. And dare I ask, was there a dominant winner? Who was like the supreme flincher? What's the secret? Because we want to learn to focus, so we can focus on how to not flinch at the world. Is there a secret?
Actually, no. I just started playing the game, and I was like, And then I was like, thank you.
So seeing an embodiment, like you're so clear, like you don't even need to think about it. You just are so in tune with your body that you can non-flinch.
Yes, I just grabbed the ball. That's all I do.
Okay, awesome.
How I won is just standing still, and when I saw the ball was flying at me, I caught it.
Finding the stillness, focus, stillness. Beautiful. Lexi, how'd you do? We'll talk afterwards. Yes.
After I won the game, I was like, nice.
Nice. Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much. Welcome all the visitors and friends. I hope you come back and visit us again. All right, thank you. So Carol, Delaney, and Sunny. Well, actually, if you want to stay, join the party.
Everybody hates math.
They are going to sing us out as we close out the service. This song was a song that they started using after I did my ministerial panels. I did my ministerial talk. Well, I was the recognition of this little light of mine, like how much of my life I've looked in the mirror, I just see this little flicker of a flame. But now where I can stand of like, I'm not a little flicker. This little light is actually a beacon. And that's what I know. Each and every one, we may sing about the little flicker, but the possibility of the grandness and the fullness of each and every one of us is present right here, right now. So to close us out, go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
A beacon, a focused beacon.
Come on.
You want to come up here with me?
Level up. Level up.
Come on up. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on in, shine, shine, yeah. Shine, 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 shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, everywhere I go, you know. I'm gonna let it shine. I said that everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine, let it shine, shine, let it shine, shine. Come on and shine, shine. Listen, when I greet my brother in peace, I'm gonna let it shine. And when I greet my sister in peace, you know I'm gonna let it shine. And when I greet the whole world in peace, yeah,
I'm gonna let it shine.
let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Oh, let it shine, shine, and let it shine, shine, let it shine, shine. Oh yes, all around the world, gonna let it shine. All around the world,
I'm gonna let it shine. My name is Sunny. I got you.
all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on in, shine, shine, yeah, come on and let it.
Oh, shine, shine.
Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Shine, shine. Level up.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 let it shine, shine. Woo!
Shine on.